Hi! Happy Wind Waker Wednesday! I'm so happy to be back here. I'm so excited to be playing this game. My name is Megstar, and I've been playing the Wind Waker for... It's over 6 weeks now. I feel like I've been saying I've been playing this game for 6 weeks for like 6 more weeks. I actually don't really know how long I've been playing this game. I play this game every Wednesday and Saturday, so we have Wind Waker Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That's what we're doing right now. And then we have Wind Waker on Saturday. Thank you so much for the heart, me Spooky Maddox. Hello, happy Wednesday. How are you? So glad to see you in here. On Saturday we have Wind Waker Saturday. I need to come up with a better name because that's not as catchy as Wind Waker Wednesday at 3 p.m. And I will say this coming Saturday that might look a little bit different. You're getting over the flu? No, you're like the third person I've talked to recently who's had the flu. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I hope you get better soon. Are you going to be able to see? Hey, pretty eyes. Welcome in. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you? So glad to see you in here. Spooky Maddox, did you have plans with like friends or family or anything for the holiday tomorrow? And speaking of the holiday tomorrow, that's why Saturday my schedule may need to be tweaked a little bit. I'm driving out of town for the holiday. And I will be coming back on Saturday, but I'm not sure exactly if I'll get back right on time to start exactly at 3 p.m. So, as always, I will keep everybody updated with my TikTok stories and all that good stuff about when I'll actually be there. And I'll keep my Purple app schedule up to date as much as possible as well. Pretty Eyes, thank you so much for sharing the stream. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. So, anyway, we are here playing the Wind Waker, and today, I think this is the final temple? I don't know. So, I'm doing the Earth Temple. I completed the Wind Temple, and from my understanding, I have the Earth Temple, and then I need to get the Triforce shards. There's 8 pieces I need to get. And then I need to fight Ganondorf, and I think that's it. I think that's the end. It doesn't sound like much. It's probably going to take me 3 to 4 streams at least to finish that, because I do about a few hours per stream, and I like to yap. So, it is close. We are close to the end. I'm very, very interested in if I can finish this game before 2026. I would love to finish before 2026, but we will see. So let me get my suspend point pulled up and show y'all where I'm at. I just finished, like I said, I just finished the Wind Temple. No, the Earth, wait, yeah, no, wait, did I mistitle the stream today? I might have called it Earth Temple. I think I literally just... What temple did I just do? Dang it. I called this the wrong thing. I'm doing the Wind Temple. Yeah, the Wind Temple is what I'm doing. Hulk Smash, thank you for the encouragement. You said you think that I can finish by the end of the year. I really, really hope so. So I totally called this the wrong thing. Sorry about that for the confusion. I am doing the Wind Temple. And that is up here on my C chart, all the way up north, a little north east from where I am. And I just finished the Earth Temple. I just finished the Earth Temple. That means I have this last temple. From my understanding, I don't know everything. This is my first full playthrough of the Wind Waker. So, I don't exactly know everything that's going to come about, but I know some things. Backseat gaming is encouraged. It's also sometimes kind of necessary. I tend to need help sometimes with figuring some things out. I will say, though, at least for this next part, what I'm about to do, thank goodness, chat had me run around and try to do this thing a couple streams ago, so it was too early at that point, but now I know what to do so that I can actually do the wind temple. So what my goal is this very second as I speak is to go get a Korok, the Korok guy who has like a, what is his instrument even? He has an instrument, and he plays like Irish sounding music. I don't know. I have to go find him, and I thankfully know exactly where he is and how to find him. And I don't like doing anything really that much at night, so I'm going to change it to daytime. Makes sense. You need leaf music superiority. Yes. Yes. I need leaf music superiority. Whatever that means. That sounds right. That sounds like what I need. Yes. Yes. I don't know if that's in relation to me saying that I'm changing it to daytime. Also, hi, Tired Bison. Welcome in. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I'm so happy to see you here. How are you doing? Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was in relation to me changing what time of day it is or what you meant by that, but it sounds right. Sounds like something I need. I'm gonna change it to day with the, what was it? The Song of Passing. Oh, just right, left, down. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done that one in a while. Whoops. Right, left, down. That one's so simple. It feels so simple compared to all the other ones. Also turn the game volume up a little bit. I just realized it's pretty quiet. And I like the music in this game. So, okay, it is daytime. I prefer to have it daytime in general because the enemies that come about are usually, there's more of them at night, and I don't love that. So we are going to, and then I think I'm going to do the Ballad of the Gales. I think that's what it's called. So I can just kind of teleport closer to where I need to be. Down, right, left, up. Okay. Down, right, left, up. Is this game good? Jonathan, hello, welcome in. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I love this game. Have you played any Zelda games before? Because if you like Zelda games, you would like this game, I think. Tired Bison, you said I'm good. Baby Bison is going through a growth spurt, so Mrs. Bison and I aren't getting much sleep. No! Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. But it's very cute that you have a whole bison family. I will say that. Thank you so much for the follow, Jonathan. Happy to have you here. I'm Megstar, and I do this game twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I hope that you come back. So I can call up cyclones when I'm in. Oh, I can't do that yet. I have to get in my boat. I want to just talk to him really, bro, just to see what he says. Bro! Okay, just to see what he says I need to do. Good afternoon. It's a good game. I love playing this game. Jose, yes. Yes, I love this game too. You said good afternoon, so I guess it's afternoon where you are. What time is it? Or what time zone are you in right now? I am in Eastern time, so it is 6:14 p.m. and it is dark here, y'all. Like dark. It looks like 9 o'clock p.m. But I love this game too. You're in Eastern time too, photography? Awesome. It's good finding people in the same time zone because typically schedules are easier to make work in that case. But I love meeting everybody from everywhere, so I'm happy to have everybody here. You said she's almost 10 pounds now. Ooh, how much was she when she was born? And how old is she? And what's her name? I mean, you don't have to share her name. I guess we're online and you may not want to share that much information. But how much did she weigh when she was born? Thank you so much for the follow, photography. I'm happy to have you here. You're waiting on Stranger Things. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Who here watches Stranger Things? I forgot that came out today. I really meant to watch the new or the older seasons, or at least the most recent one before watching this one. because it's been a hot minute and I don't really remember everything, but I may just jump into it and hope that the recap that they give is good. Okay, I must guide a new sage to the remaining temple if the Master Sword is to regain all of its power. If we are ever to ease poor Fado or Fado's regret, we must seek out the new sage. Yep, so the new sage is like a Korok or something. I think that's what he's called. Now I can do the Ballad of the Gales, which is down, right, left, up. Down, down, right, left, up. Yeah, so we're gonna teleport to, I mistitled the stream, we're teleporting to the Wind Temple. Well, actually, I guess I can't go straight to the Wind Temple. We're gonna go right below the Wind Temple. Windfall Island, that works. I think I might actually have things that I can do on Windfall Island too really quick, so I may actually take a little detour. And I'm trying to remember, I'm pretty sure I gave Miss Marie the joy pendants that she wanted, but I might have enough to give her more. I'll have to see. I think I'm gonna go talk to Miss Marie and see if she wants more joy pendants really quick before I go anywhere else. You missed this game? I usually just watch the last episode. I just did this and it reminded me of everything. Okay, that's a good idea. When I say we, my husband and I probably could do that because it's too much. It's just too much to watch all of it. Even just the whole last season, I'm like, I don't know that I need that much of a reminder. Like you, I think watching the last episode may be the best way to go, and then just getting right into this newest and final season, right? It's the final one. This show's been going on for how long? How many years now? I'm gonna tell me how the game volume sounds to you. It's a little loud on my end, so I'm turning it down a bit, but let me know how it is for you. Where are we? Andrew, I accidentally titled the stream Earth Temple. We're actually going to the Wind Temple. I stopped at Windfall Island because the Ballad of the Gales just took me here anyway, and I'm gonna go talk to Miss Marie. I think I can give her some joy pendants that I have. And then I will be going to the Wind Temple. Also, happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I'm happy to have you here, Andrew, as always. And after the Wind Temple, I think it's just the Triforce Shards. And after the Triforce Shards, it's Ganondorf, the final fight with Ganondorf. I think that's correct. So I'm close. I'm very close. Oh, there's one thing I was never able to do there. Ooh, I'm curious what that one thing was. I wonder if I will be able to do it. Did it involve combat or was it some sort of puzzle? Oh, you're the fine young gentleman who gave me the joy pendant present. How could I forget? How many did you give me again? 1? My, but wasn't that nice? So, what can I do for you, young man? Talk to me? Well, what would you like to talk about? Pendants. Although I may be a school teacher, I have a certain flair about me, don't you think? And let me tell you, I love jewelry more than anything else in the world. Woohoo! And why not? It's not like I can't afford it. Why? I have so much cash. I have my very own Oasis Cabana. But I happen to be after a very particular kind of jewelry. Oh, I just remembered that there is a treasure chest here at Windfall Island that I can get access to now because I finally have the reflector shield. So that's good because I have been waiting for that since I very first saw it. I'm very excited to open up that chest. It's probably just rupees, let's be honest, or a treasure chart. I bet it's rupees or a treasure chart, y'all, but still, I can open it, so that's cool. You said your mother was a teacher for 30 years. Lots of flair. Plausible. Tired bison. Yeah. I was a teacher for 6 years and can agree. Lots of flair. Lots of flair. Not just with me, but like a lot of teachers. It's definitely a teacher thing. In the night, there's a thief trying to get into a safe. I never knew why. Oh. So that's like there's something to do with that? That's curious. I definitely want to investigate that when I get to it. I'm intrigued. How many times have you played this game, by the way, Andrew? I happen to be after a very particular kind of jewelry. You see, lately I have been rather taken with collecting joy pendants. Those are very rare trinkets that you can't buy at any store. They're quite amazing. Why, their color and their shape, I feel as if I was destined to gather them. If you have any, please show them to me. Just set them to YZ or X. I do have them. I don't know how many she wants, but I do have some. Especially cowboy teachers. Giant turquoise jewelry. Yes! Oh, I would love to see that. Oh my god. The best flair that there could be. That's like cool person flair, not gaudy, tacky flair. I love it. Let's see here. It's been a while since I've talked to you, Tired Bison. What have you been up to? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving, or do you have anything coming up with family, friends, anything like that this weekend? Let's see. Okay. Oh, I have 30 joy pendants. I think that's enough for both things that I'm thinking that I can do with her. I don't know what she wants to give me, but I think that this is enough. Ooh, another thing I should do before I go to the Wind Temple is I should make sure that I get my 2 servings of soup from my grandma, because I drank one of the servings with the last boss fight. I didn't need it. I just wanted to see if I could hold on to the double damage it gave me. Whoops. No. I meant to show her my joy pendants. My dear, you bring me joy pendants yet again? So, how many joy pendants do you have right now? 30? Why, to think a child like you would pay such a large tribute to me. Oh, your teacher is very impressed by your efforts, little dear. My whole body is numb with the thrill of excitement. So this is what pure joy feels like. Yay! When you were young. Oh, you haven't played this since you were young, Andrew? I didn't realize that. You should play it again. Do you have any interest in playing it again? I'll take precisely 20 of them, thank you. That will do just fine. My heart will be all aflutter. I don't know if you know, but 20 is my lucky number. I did not know that. And just as I promised, I will reward you for going out and collecting all these for me. I'm going to give you a wonderfully splendid thing. Close your eyes, dear. You got the cabana deed. It's written on yellowed parchment. It looks quite old. I got the deed to her oasis cabana. Sick. I thought a cabana was like, I don't know. I guess I did not know what a cabana was. Because I kind of thought it was just like a sheltered area. I didn't realize it was something you could have a deed to. I don't know. Chat, help me out. What's a cabana? Dum da dum. You see, although I am but a mere teacher, I own my very own cabana in a tropical oasis down south. But lately I haven't made use of it at all, so you can have it. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's all right, dear. You can stop gaping in amazement now. Now that you have this deed, that cabana is all yours. You own it. So whatever you do, don't lose this piece of paper. I am getting on in age, and sea travel hasn't exactly agreed with me as of late. Now I can just stay here and relax as I continue my work with the children. Oh, yes. How relaxing working with children. And just so you know, you'll find the place southeast of here. It's on a tiny, lonely little isle near the Triangle Islands. From now on, it is your own little bachelor pad. Good luck finding it. Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell anybody, dear. Guys, I did it again. She told me where it was. Where did she say it was? Please, chat. Please. I read it out loud. And I did not even process what I was saying. Again. Do you want more of these? Are you giving me this? Oh, 20. Okay. But you are such a persistent little dear. Since you are so insistent, I will accept them happily. Fine. I have no choice but to unleash pure joy on you. What? She's gonna unleash pure joy on me. Okay. Prepare for an onrush of joy. Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. How many joy pendants have you brought? 10? My goodness, when I put these together with the ones you've already brought to me, they add up to a whopping 31. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm so joyful. Okay, she doesn't give me anything yet. I think I need to give her 9 more. She said 20 is her lucky number. I've given her 31 total so far, so I'm pretty sure I need to give her 9 more for anything else to happen. I did. Jose, you're laughing in the chat. Did you hear where she said to go? Please tell me you heard and you're not just gonna laugh at me, please. I totally blocked that out while I was reading. Where did she say? Please, please tell me. Did she say northeast or something like that? Here's the map. I'm on Windfall Island currently. Before I leave here, I need to get a treasure chest that I can use a reflector shield on. But did she say northeast? She did say northeast? Okay. But did she give any other tips, Jose? By the way, thank you for helping me. And if you're just coming in, this is what it's all about. I am all for it. If you're in the chat and you want to help me, Backseat Gaming is encouraged and appreciated. Very much so. Just so y'all know. This is lit, fam. Oh, Nova Arc and YouTube, welcome in. How are you doing? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. So happy to have you here. It's close to Forest Haven. Thank you, Robin. You're the best. Okay. Forest Haven is down, right? Also, hi, Robin. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you doing? I'm so glad you're here. So that is actually the opposite direction of what I thought she said. I thought she said northeast, but that is southeast. But we can try that. So first I'm gonna get away from me, by the way. I do not like those kids. And if you do, I'm a little concerned. Oh my God, I totally forgot. This dude, who's this, by the way? This dude wanted me to do something with his plants. I can't remember. I think I'm supposed to take one to one of the merchants, like one of the beetles. One of them, I think. I don't remember. That was so long ago. I don't remember what I was supposed to do with those. Zelda's fire. Thank you for translating, Nova Arc and YouTube. I completely agree. Zelda is so good. It is fire. What's your favorite Zelda game? I'm curious. I love to ask people in the chat that. Get some input. Hey, you. Come on. Use your head. You can't just stand there like that. You're in my way. Can't you move? Oops. That won't do. That won't do at all. Already I'm back to my old habits. I'm terribly sorry. Really, I am. Welcome to you, sir. This way to Windfall's outdoor shop. Chock full of fun and happy products. Okay. He got it like a greeter, and I guess she is not used to customer service at all. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go get a treasure chest. Whoops, I did not mean to talk to him. So anyway, taking strolls is kind of like a hobby of mine, but I'm always moving, buddy. But do you think it's strange for a young guy like me to walk around so much? Well, whatever. I'll tell you one thing. Because I take so many strolls, I know all the best walking courses in town. Take that little path beside the bomb shop, for example. How many people in town know that it kind of sneaks around behind the building? I think I'm the only one, buddy. Guess again, buddy. I got that down pat right away, buddy. Buddy old guy. Guess again. I'm going to... Oh, yeah. The treasure chest. It's over here. So I have a newly received a reflector shield. I probably have to get in my boat, I guess. Whoops. To use it. And there's a treasure chest over here that I've been eyeing for a hot minute. And I finally get to get it, I think. I don't know if I can use my shield when I'm in the boat, actually. I suppose I could. I don't see why not. I think it's right here. You can't even see it yet. Hold on. I have to think about... What? No. Okay, so I can't use my sword. I think I have to actually climb up there, if I can. Whoa, I did not mean to talk to him. Aaron Torres 777, welcome in. I love this game too. I love it so much. Have you played other Zelda games? And which one is your favorite, if so? Happy to have you here. This is Wind Waker Wednesday, and I'm Megstar. I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday playing this game. Thank you so much for the follow, NNG. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you? You must guide a new sage to the remaining temple. Yeah. I've already talked to him. This was an accident. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to try to climb up here, and I don't know if I can. And I don't want to drown. How do I do this? Maybe I can aim from the cliff. Thank you so much for the follow, Aaron Torres. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope that you're able to join in the future streams as well. I'm like, I don't know how, I mean, I know I'm fairly close to beating the game, but I don't know like in fractions or percentages, like maybe I'm over halfway done. I don't know if I'm quite like 3/4 of the way though. There might still be more than that. So I am close. I really, guys, is this? Oh, wait a second. Wait, chat. Wait. Yeah, this is where it is. I'm pretty sure that's where the treasure chest is. Nothing is happening though. I wonder if it has to be nighttime. What was that? I don't remember. Ah! My passing song. The song of passing, so I can change it. Right, left, down. Okay. Right, left, down. I don't know if it has to be nighttime. That doesn't really make sense to me because I need to reflect light off my shield so that it reveals the treasure chest. Yeah, but you can actually see it now. But where is the light source? Because, and how do I, oh, the leaf. The leaf. Chat. This is one thing about me is I will not remember the tools I have. Oh, the wind. I really needed to change the direction of the wind. This is not gonna work. Okay. Whoopsie. I forget about all of the tools that I've collected, especially every time I get a new tool. It's like my brain just completely erases any memory of having anything else that could help me in that moment. So that is a habit of mine that I'm trying to break. And I have gotten better at not forgetting, or in other words, at remembering things that I'm supposed to be using, but I'm still not perfect. Okay, so I actually want to change the direction of the wind. Nope. I don't remember what I don't remember what the song is. That's it. I play like a girl. Well, that makes sense. I am a girl. You conducted the Wind's Requiem. That's what I conducted. It went by too fast, but that's what it was called. Anyway, that's not what I did. I did the Song of Passing. What am I saying? Wait, I wanted to do the Wind's Requiem. Well, I wanted to do both. So there's 6 tunes, and this is my first full playthrough of the game. So I do not have any of these Except I did have the Wind's Requiem by memory until lately because I was using the command melody way more. And I guess that just took over what I could remember. So I'm doing up, left, right. Great. Up, left, right. Okay, I need it to go like southwest, the direction that I'm facing. What? Was I okay, I was gonna say, was I standing the wrong direction? Okay, no, that was good. Okay, try again. That's so much better. No! No, I did it too soon. Dang it. Grr, I was so close. At least I had the right idea, because I was not having the right idea for a hot minute. So at least we have that, chat. At least we have that. Dr. Pepper Psychologist, hi! I'm so happy you're back in here. How are you doing? Okay, I made it. Now, where am I gonna get a light source to get the treasure chest? Again, I don't know if it's nighttime. It just doesn't really make sense to me. Nope. 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 I think it needs to be nighttime. You said you got a neck tattoo? What? What's on your neck now? What is it of? That's exciting. Did it hurt too? I mean, obviously it probably didn't feel good, but people have different pain tolerances, so I wonder how badly it hurt. A gothic style cross. Is it like big? And where on your neck? Like in the middle of your neck or on the side or the back? Okay. Yeah, where the heck is the light source gonna come from? I was told that when I get the reflector shield, I would be able to get this treasure chest. Alas, I cannot. And I don't know if it's because it needs to be daytime, but there's no light, like direct light source during the day that's working either. On the side, did it hurt? Or if you have other tattoos, I guess you could answer that in a different way. How did it hurt compared to like other tattoos that you have? I would guess that you have other tattoos because I can't imagine somebody choosing a neck for their first one, but I'm sure it happens, and maybe you did. I certainly would not pick my neck for my first one just because some people don't know how sensitive they are to that kind of pain until they get their first one. Wind Waker's still going strong. Austin Gomez, yes. Hello. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you? So glad you're back in here. I don't know. I'm currently trying to figure out how the heck to get this treasure chest. I'm about to give up. I don't know if anybody in chat sees what I'm trying to do and is able to try to help me, and they're just withholding information. But I don't know where the direct light source is that I need to get that treasure chest. That's right there. And I don't know if it needs to be day or night, but if it's nighttime, that doesn't really make sense to me because I don't have any light. So if you know, light up the windmill. Okay, thank you, Austin. You are my hero, officially. You are the hero of the night. Thank you. Robin, yes. Okay, I'm glad you're still here. So chat, backseat gaming is encouraged. If I am asking for help, I really want it. And you can give hints. You don't have to be super direct, but direct or not, I want your help. This is the windmill, right? Is this the windmill? I need to make sure I'm looking at the right thing. Austin, you said you're playing Phantom Hourglass again for the first time in 15 years? When did that game come out? Was it like 15 years ago? Thank you so much for the follow, Muse Honey Bunny. Welcome in. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you? You have to turn on the lighthouse? Oh, okay. So, yeah, that was something else I was wondering because this, I think, is a windmill right next to me. Like the thing, what, bro? Don't even. I think that this is a wind. Well, no, that's actually not a windmill. The windmill's over that way. It doesn't work. That's right. Is that where the light is? Is that the windmill thing that we're referring to? I don't speak French, Muse Honey Bunny. I wish I did, and I don't want to try to read that because I will butcher it. I absolutely would not say any of that correctly. But I'm so happy that you're here. And whether you speak French as your first language or English or any other language, you're welcome here. So I'm happy to have you here. 2007 is when it released, direct sequel to Wind Waker. Ooh. Is it like super like connected? Like the storyline continues? That would be an interesting one to do next. Make the wind face north and climb the ladder behind the minigame shop. Austin, you're the best. Thank you so much. It's near the Squid Game. It also works at night only. The Squid Game. I just, obviously, my brain went to the Squid Games. When you said that, I was like, the Squid Game. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think this is where I need to go. I think this is the right place. Hugo, hello. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you? Happy to have you here. Yeah, this is where the game is. And I saw to make the wind face north. Y'all are the best. This makes streams so much more enjoyable, I think, for everybody. Instead of me just standing, doing nothing or wandering around for hours on end. At least we can actually see something happening. You know, this thing may look like a windmill, but it's actually a wind-powered Ferris wheel. It used to harness the wind's power to spin in quite a nifty manner, but we rarely get a favorable wind around here anymore, so it doesn't budge. I'm pretty sure it's not broken or anything, though, so if the wind blew in the right direction again, we'd... it looks like a northeasterly wind is blowing now. So is he saying that's not the right direction? I could have done this a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't. What is it? No. No. I think that's it. Yay! Okay. Just by the way it sounds, I was able to remember. That's good. Oh, okay. He said it looks like the wind is blowing in a northeasterly direction right now. And I don't know why he said that, because according to me, it's going southwest. But I think he means it should be going northeasterly. So I'm going to make it go northeasterly, as he called it. Is that what you wanted? We just have to hit the power switch out back to get it moving. What? 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 Why did he said it looks like a southwesterly wind is blowing now. I just made it northeasterly. What? Why is he saying the opposite direction of what I'm making it? Pink Sage, hello. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I am not a geologist. Why do you ask? You have to claim and turn on the switch. Okay. In the back? He said the switch is in the back. That's not a door, is it? So this is the front. Avi, that's the front. And the back is where? I'm not going the right way. Okay, I can't see. Okay, that's fine. This is the back. I don't know if it's like literally... Oh, there's the ladder. Okay. There's a ladder and you can push to turn the... Yay! Thank you guys so much for the help. I love the help. You guys are the best. Here we go. I literally could have done this so long ago. I could not have gotten the treasure chest until just after finishing the last temple I did, but I could have done this part forever ago. I feel a little goofy for missing that. Never mind. My bad. In the course we learned about wins with Lee's in the name, and oh. I'm sorry. I was reading. I thought it was funny that he was saying Westerly, Easterly. That was new to me. Sorry that I brought back some not great memories, it sounds like. Or just, maybe not even not great, but just too many Lee Wind names. Too much of that. I thought you were making some wild connection with Wind Waker. And wait, holy, I need to tap in. I was speaking to you. Oh, I mean, I can't say I've ever read or said the word westerly or easterly in regards to wind in my entire life. You witnessed the first and only time that's happened. You were here for that. So that must be special. Something special about that, for sure. Okay, so I did the switch, and Okay, I'm gonna talk to him one more time. Make the wind face direct north before stepping on the... Bruh. What? Okay, Okay. Frick. Sorry. Sorry, chat. I was confused. Surprise, surprise. Welcome to my stream. That is me. I'm Megstar, and I play Confused a lot. I am going to try that again. Austin says to make the wind go north before I press the switch. The windmill will begin to spin, then jump onto one of the cards. Bet. So the switch is gonna be back up. I hope you enjoy the game. It's your fave Zelda and just a fave story in general. Pink Sage. What Zelda games have you played? Including, I mean, obviously you've done this one, but other than this one, which ones have you played? I'm loving the game so far. I played it a little when I was a kid, when it first came out on the GameCube, and never finished it. This is my first full playthrough, and I'm like, I would say maybe 5/8 of the way done. Not quite 3/4, a little over half. I don't know if I'm fully 3/4. I have the Wind Temple, Triforce Shards, and Ganondorf fight. That's all that's left. Shoot a fire arrow into the lighthouse and then talk to the guy and make sure it's night. Okay. Okay. Pause. No. I had to remember what it was. There's always heart piece collecting. Oh. Always heart piece collecting. Am I gonna be getting a heart piece right now? Is that what you mean? Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Those are the ones you've played. And this one is your favorite. Have you played any of them more than one time? I've had lots of people come in here who played this one in particular plenty of times. 2, actually. Cool. I didn't realize that. But it makes sense if I fix the windmill thingy, Ferris windmill, that they would give me a heart container or heart piece or something for that. So you say, make the wind go north. Then step on the switch. We are going to try this and see what happens. Aaron, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so then Austin said to go, whoa. Whoopsie. Go in one of the carts. I don't know if this is the fastest way to get there. What? No, it definitely isn't whenever I'm walking like that. Make it night first? Should I make it night right now, Austin? Muse Honey Buddy, I don't know what emoji that is. Is it shocked? The only way up there? Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was another way that I somehow wouldn't know about. Hold on. Make it night. Nope. Wait. Nope. Is that the night? Yeah, that's the night one. Yes, you do. Then light up the lighthouse, then talk to the guy again. Do you have fire arrows? I do. So we need to light it up with the fire arrows, I see. Once on my own as a kid and a second time with a friend. Awesome. It is very nostalgic for me. And that's part of why it is the first Zelda game I'm revisiting since my childhood. I didn't finish any Zelda games as a child. Let me get my arrows equipped here. But this one was my favorite as a kid. I just thought it was super cute, first of all. And you said you never finished this game either. V-Saber, Glazer, you're here! Happy Wind Waker Wednesday! You had Bulldog Carbonara. It is indeed worth the hype. Yum! That's pasta, right? Carbonara, at least, is pasta, right? That sounds good. Where did you have that today? I'm a little bit jealous. You completed Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. So those are big accomplishments to me, especially Breath of the Wild, because that's like a huge game. Would you, Aaron, want to come back to this game, do you think? I really like it. I recommend it. But I never finished Breath of the Wild. I only played it for like probably 1 hour. And I got overwhelmed very quickly. That was when it came out on the Wii U. I had the Wii U version. Yes, me too. I'm super happy that I'm here and that I get to fulfill my childhood self's dream. The only game that I have, whoops. I probably shoot it in that hole. Maybe? Did it go in there? That doesn't seem like something that would catch on fire. Wait. What is this? Were the ropes? Aim inside? Like in the hole? Up top? I was trying to get it in the hole. That's what she said. But I was. Go. I missed, I think. I'm not good at aiming. Ah! Obviously. Bruh. I don't know why I did that one. I'm wasting all my arrows. I saw what it is, the thing that needs to be lit. I'm gonna go ahead and make a suspend point. Just keep your aim straight and wait for it to face you. The thing is that for some reason, I think that the arrow is gonna go where it, the bow is like, and his finger are pointing, but it doesn't. And I think that makes sense, like with physics and stuff. I think that it makes sense that it does not go exactly where his finger is, but I don't know how to aim it. That's my struggle. I do whenever I'm able to target on something, but I don't know if I'm able to target. Where am I, by the way? I'm chatting and I need to be looking at where I am. Okay. No! Yay! I did it! 2003 game physics or something. You heard that Me too! I heard Twilight Princess was really, really fun. Yes! What? What? This whole time! Y'all, this whole time, I've seen that treasure chest and asked chat, how do I get that treasure chest? How do I get it? Every time, chat has responded, you need your reflector shield. You need your reflector shield. You don't have it yet. You can't do it yet. I have my reflector shield now. So I came back here because I was like, I can do this now. And I didn't even need my reflector shield. What? This whole time, I could have done that from the very beginning of the game. As soon as I got my Wind Waker, I could have done that. The Wind's Requiem was the first song I learned. I could have done this so long ago. Ah! What? Bruh, laugh. Might want to drink Grandma's soup for the magic refill and set the wind west before you... What? Bruh. What? Oh, but I can... Oh, but I can break... I can also do it by... I can get... My brain. I'm trying to get a thought out, and I'm just like, how do I talk? There's pots and stuff around on this island. If I break them, then they should, at least sometimes they have magic in them. Why is like nobody outside? Is it just because it's nighttime? Sometimes they have magic. Not always, I guess. Please give me magic. That would be great. Maybe in... No, this is the bomb place, I think. But I guess I will need to drink Grandma's soup either way. Ah! It's like I can't break those. I have to throw them in here. What? Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna drink my Grandma's soup. Grandma's soup is unlimited, yeah. And I have to drink my other half anyway, because I was gonna get a refill of Grandma's soup before going to the Wind Temple. And you can't... You have to have an empty jar to get more Grandma's soup. So, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Let me equip that. Neon Unicorn cosplay. Hello, welcome in. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you? You said you wish people were outside at night on Windfall. That'd be cool. I do too. I guess they're all like at the auction is something they like to do at night, but that's just like the adults, and I guess the kids are asleep. By the way, I haven't done anything. Like, I went to an auction one time, but I never wanted to get anything that I didn't want a treasure chart that bad. They were going for a high price. The little girl who used to be rich is out at night. Is that the girl, who I talked to, who like works with the shop guy with the flower, who was kind of rude at first and was like, oh, I forgot that I'm like acting like how I used to act. Is that her? But I was able to get to this island earlier. I do need to change the direction of the wind. I think that's the right one. I get it confused with... Yeah, that was Wind's Requiem. I get that one confused with I kind of want to go southwest, I think. Even though I'm facing south, southwest might be better. Go west? You say go west. I think I'm going to do southwest. So, because, yeah, I was able to jump from here and get there. I'm going to drink my soup and get another refill, which gives me 2. She gives you a bottle if you follow her and don't get spotted after you catch her trying to steal. Oh, cool. So I need to do that. Just barely made it. I let go a little soon, and that makes me nervous. Okay. I think this is a heart piece, or it's a rupee, or is it the treasure chart. Yay! I got the 4th piece, so I got another heart container. My life energy has increased by 1 heart. Now I have 9 heart containers. That's great. That's very good. There's also another easy bottle you might want to grab before the next temple. I would love that because I'm so tired of only having 1 bottle. It's very annoying. And it's also frustrating whenever I go look at a potion at a shop and he's like, no, 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 no. You can't have the bottle. I'm only selling the potion. I would pour it into your own bottle. Like, what? That's not how this works. When I go buy liquid from a store, they don't say, you can't have the container the liquid's in. You have to bring your own container. No. I get the container and the liquid, sir. You usually have 18 or 19 hearts by now? Jeez, Louise. I have 9, but I'm okay. I did fine in the last temple with... I had 7 for the last one because I got another heart container when I beat the boss. So I had 7 that whole time and I was fine, but it would be comfy to have 18 or 19. So I need to get the girl who used to be rich. Follow her. Is that the girl who's outside right here? Let me put my sword away. Her. Shh, shh. Take off. Go away. Okay. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Oh. So I need to follow her without her knowing I'm following her? Did I just mess it up? Okay. Yeah, she stopped right here. Oh. Guys, what? He just made a sound like a cat. He just meowed. I've never heard Link make a noise before. Link just meowed to try to act like he was a cat. Has anybody ever heard him do anything other than his kind of sounds? Hey, I've never heard Link meow before. Don't get too close. Don't let her see it. Also pretends to be a cat. I did not know that. Oh, so she walked away. She's not there anymore. Great. I don't know where she is now. How do I don't know the best way to go about this. Jeez, you're so loud. Where is she? Oh. Okay, she makes a circle around the island, so I'll find her at the shop there in just a minute. I think I just saw her head moving over here. I'm pretty sure I saw her. I don't see her though. I don't know. Don't get too close. For the dialogue options, I'll tell you what to pick if you just wait for my responses. Behind you. Oh. Shoot. I've never been down here before. Like behind the counter. Huh. Okay, I don't see her. I could have sworn I saw her head, but I don't see her right now. I'm gonna go up here. Maybe I just messed it up. I hope I didn't just mess it up by entering in there. I don't want it to like completely reset. Pause. No, I thought maybe I could use my arrows on the tapestries in here, but nope, can't use my weapons in here. Okay, so if you're just getting in here, first of all, hello, welcome. My name is Megstar. Second of all, I'm currently doing like a little side quest thingy, trying to get, I think, another bottle or heart piece. Austin in the chat has been very helpful with me getting some like bonus things right now before, so that I can prepare for the Wind Temple, which is the last temple I think that I have to do before I go fight Ganondorf. I also need to do something with finding Triforce shards. Also, the more expensive sea chart you didn't want to get leads to a heart piece. Oh. Yo, hold up. What's a kid like you doing out at like time like this? Are you out to take a look at the heavens too? In that case, you'll get a better view over here. Okay. Let me try. Let me see what he's looking at. Look at my telescope out as well. What is he? Oh! Oh! Hey, it's another fine moon tonight. Say, did you know? Like the human heart, the shape of the moon changes with time. Every night, it becomes just a little bit different. I did know that. Bruh. And, oh, look at that! Aren't the three sister stars impressive? What a stellar family. Do I get anything from doing this? Oops. Hehehe, do you know what the name of that constellation is? I sure do. Well, actually, maybe not. I thought it was one of the dippers. Is that a dipper? If you show him a picture of a full moon with the color picto box, you get a sea chart. Also leads to a heart piece, but you don't have the colored. I do have the colored picto box. I thought. I think I got that. Hold on. This? Or is that not the same? Oh. Like it has to be in color? Because that picture was not in color. Whoops. Okay. Whatever. Okay, where is Miss Girl? Where did she go? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, 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 she's there. Okay. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I just like reset everything though. Because I went into that store. Yeah, I reset everything. Take off, go away. Okay. I have to do that again. Ah! Okay. Maybe I went too far. Because the last time I found her, she was under there. There she is. Yay! This is better. Wait, I thought she was gonna keep walking. She stopped right there? Why? Is she just taking a beat? Oh, she heard me. She heard me. I didn't even make a noise, but... That's my favorite thing in the world now. I've never heard Link meow before, and I'm so happy that I have that experience from this. Does she walk away? Okay. Now where is Miss Girl? I just saw her. She walked away again. Uh-oh. I'm nervous. Where did she go? This way? Crap. I'm a little nervous. I probably need to go the other way. It's so quiet. Is she back? No! Ah, I almost did it. Ah, I should have gone the other way. No, I'm not trying to do that right now. Okay. Bro. Okay, I'll try one more time. I think I get it. Maybe? Oh, did she just run away again? Are we still doing this? Okay. Maybe it didn't completely reset. Just follow behind her when she stops to look around. Just hide behind something. Okay. Rat. I don't know if she went back to the shop. I didn't, like, she just, like, ran away for a sec. I don't see her anymore. Where did she go? I thought she was just gonna go in a circle. She's gotta go in. Oh, man. Okay. One more try. I'll get it this time. This time is the time. Also, it's Nimbus. Welcome in. Thank you for the help. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you doing? I'm happy to have you here. And thank you for the help too. That is always welcome here. Backseat gaming is encouraged. Very, very much so needed a lot of the time, especially if I'm asking for help. Please feel free to either tell me directly or just give me hints. I did not mean to get my sword out. Okay, so currently, as you can probably tell by now, unless you're just coming in, I am, whoops, following this girl, and she doesn't want me to. She's being sneaky. And if I catch her, I think I get a heart piece or something like that. Oh yeah, so I put the flower things in the pots around the island and got a heart container, I think, with that. I think I got a heart container or a heart piece, but I think it was a whole heart container. I can get a free easy third bottle from the submarine and the square with Bomb Island. What? I did not know that. Okay, there's a lot of things I think I'll be good maybe for the wind temple. I will be good, I think, with 2 jars. But before I fight Ganondorf, I definitely want to get at least a third bottle. I want to be more prepared before I fight Ganondorf, for sure. The 4th one will cost 500 rupees from the Masked Beetle shop by Rockspire Isle. Huh. That's quite a lot of rupees. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to give rupees or something for another part of the game too, from what I remember. Oh, hi Jonah. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. Happy to have you in here. How are you? Okay, I will try one more time. I talked over his meow that time. Dang it. I'm gonna try one more time to get her. I feel better about this attempt. Walk away. Show me where you're walking, girl. Walk away. Okay, she walked to the right. Oh yeah, so she was down I need to go up. She went down. I go up. Probably. That's probably safer. She was like right there. I can't see her from here. Down the path? Down? But that's where she caught me. There's several easy ways to farm rupees. That's what I thought, was I needed rupees for the Triforce charts. Tell me about these several easy ways to farm rupees. Jose, you're saying down? But she was right there. Down this path, perhaps? Would this path be better to go down? You saw her walk off? I'm trying to see if I can get a view, a pic of, or a glance at her. I'm not seeing her anywhere. What? Bruh. That is so lame. Okay, one more time. One more time. I know I said last time that it was gonna be the last time. But this is gonna be the last time for real, for real. If you follow her direct path, you'll be just fine. You can catch her. Just hide behind things. Okay. I will try that. Okay. I am taking off. I'm gonna follow her direct path. Oh, that's the thing I'm supposed to hide behind. I see a sign right there. Whoop. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Where is she? Okay, cool. She's walking off. Ah! Okay. Cool. Walking away. So far, so good, I guess. I think she went up, if I remember correctly. Almost there. Okay. Hide under a ramp when she checks. Oh. Okay, I saw her go left. Right? She just went this way. Oh, yeah. No! I did it too fast? No! I love Link's cat face. I didn't go fast enough? Oh, wait, I couldn't run. Wait, was I supposed to chase after her? Just now? Bruh. Guys, I'm getting so close. Every time I'm closer than before, but that... I'm confused. I thought I was supposed to... So... That was so close. Yes, when she starts walking behind the counter, run after her when she leaves the dirt path. Okay. Who can vouch for that? I thought I needed to catch her in the act for some reason. Okay, one more time. One more time. I know I keep saying one more time, but I really... I do not want her to get away with this. I want to get this. I know I can get this. You need to catch her in the act while she's got the rupee symbol above her head. I thought I did. I thought I did. I saw the rupee symbol above her head when I interacted with her. She leaves off of it quickly. Okay, I did wait a little bit, so that makes sense. Okay. I see you. I waited a few seconds too long. I love his meow so much. Okay. This is not that bad. I'm doing better. I'm getting through it quickly. I know her pattern now. We got this. Gotcha. You startled me. Yay! Blue Light, my age's queen. Hello. Welcome and happy Wind Waker Wednesday. So happy you're here. How are you doing? I got it. I startled her. What do I want? Now I'll tell you the answers. Austin, yay. Thank you, Jose, for the congrat. The one congrat. Thank you so much. Uh-oh. What, Wicked Ripper? What? Uh-oh. Thank you for the heart me, Wicked. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I startled her. What do you want? Austin's going to help me with the answers. Austin, you've been such a big help tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My heart is racing. You scared me. Wait, are you the kind of creep who goes around at night scaring people? That's just plain mean. I'm so happy that you get to watch Wicked. I've been wondering when I would get you here. I'm so glad you're here. Are you doing anything to celebrate the Thanksgiving tomorrow with friends or family or any loved ones or anything of that nature? Only get to watch you on Wednesdays. Ah, well, that's when I do Wind Waker, and I do a few hours of it, so I'm glad that you're here. You said I'm good. Jonah and I ran around all day. Ooh, tell me, what did you guys do today? Busy day. Okay, so no, I'm not the kind of creep that goes around scaring people. Just who do you think you are anyway? Well, I don't want to say a night creeping rascal, do I? Austin, there's no way I would say that, right? Why would I tell her that whenever she asks if that's what I am? An ally of justice? Austin, are you still here? Ally of justice? Who can vouch for its Nimbus 9? Jose. Austin, do I say an ally of justice? It's Nimbus 9 says that that's what I say. Top? Okay. Clearly you're Batman. Clearly I am. A what? An ally of justice? I'm not a thief. I swear, I haven't stolen anything. Well, yet. Please, let me go. It was just an impulse. That's all. Just a bad idea. Why won't you say anything? Does this mean you're mad at me? Could you at least listen to the circumstances in my life that led up to this moment? Please, you owe me that much. Sure? Sure. I should say sure. Batlink. I am an ally of justice and I'm not a creep. Sure. Okay, sure. Now steal her heart. I'm gonna win her over, if that's what you mean by steal her heart, and then I'm gonna steal her heart container. Ha! I was once the richest little debutante in this town. Did you know that? No. But one day, a monstrous bird came and took me away to a terrible place called the Forsaken Fortress, where I was locked up and held captive. Oh, it was awful. My father spent every last rupee in his coffers in an attempt to get me rescued. What is coffers? What is that? Like a wallet? Because if you put the other one, you have to do it again. Oh, I do not want to do it again. That was like my 8th attempt. I'm good on that. Physically rip it out and run for the hills. Put it in a jar full of dirt. Wicked. I don't know that that's a good idea. Tell me why. Tell me why. What would I get out of that? Why? I saved her from the Forsaken Fortress. Yes, I did save her from the Forsaken Fortress. So now that I've saved her from the Forsaken Fortress, her life is in shambles. That's right. Every last bit of our family fortune gone. That was when my life of poverty began. I got a jar of dirt. Okay, we can try. We can try. That was when my life of poverty began. Now, every day, from morning until night, I'm busy working for the open air shop. So, as you can see, at least I'm trying to settle into my poor lifestyle. My poor lifestyle. Oh, thank you so much for the 2 roses to boost. Thank you. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. How are you doing? Doesn't that just tug at your heartstrings? What do you say about the tragic events in my pitiable life? That's terrible. I would say that's terrible. I have to be nice to her. That's terrible. And to make matters worse, for some reason, I still can't figure out that slob Maggie, who was the poorest girl in town, suddenly got filthy rich. Maggie, of all people. Oh, no, she didn't. It makes me so mad that I want to do something terrible. Grrr. Do you understand my plight? Very well. Very well. Very well. I would say very well. You got to respond with empathy to get what you want. That's so messed up. But that's probably true here. Very well. Then you'll let me go? No. Unfortunately, no. Right? But why not? Because I'm honest? Or because I like you? I'm honest. It's true. I know I'm quibbling over... Thank you, Austin, by the way. I know I'm quibbling over nothing, but being so poor weakens a person's very soul. But it's time I quit making silly excuses for myself. Thank you so much. Thanks to you, I didn't have to sink down to the level of a common thief. Ta-da! I saved the day. I will never do anything like that again. Oh, what an amazing feeling. I've let all my worries out of my heart. Wow, I actually feel refreshed. Let me at least thank you. Please, take this. Woo! I got an empty bottle. Coffers, okay, coffers is an old term for pockets or something. In the context, I was like, it's got to be like a little coin pouch, or pockets make sense too. Like a wallet, obviously something where you would put money. She probably stole that. She probably did. She's probably giving me her stolen bottle. By the way, thank you guys so much for the likes. I see that some of you have been tapping away on here. Thank you so much. I think I see Hulk Smash at the top of the likes. Thank you everybody for all of the likes. Just what you needed. Yes, I needed another bottle. Now fill it with her heart and dirt. I think I'm gonna save the heart and dirt stuff for later. Maybe some like final side quest things at the end of the game. I don't think I'm gonna do that quite yet. I think I'm okay. Emmy! Hello. Hi. I'm so happy you're here. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. It's so good to see you. You're alive. How are you? I finally got 2 empty bottles, though. Bottles are great for carrying water and holding other things. Like hearts? Wicked would make you believe that other things are dirt and hearts. We shall see about that. Captain Jack Sparrow wants you to have a jar of dirt. Oh, yeah. He sings, I've got a jar of dirt, or something like that. He's very happy about his jar of dirt, right? I'm so happy you're alive, Emmy. I'm so glad you're here. Don't look at me like that. I didn't steal it. It washed up on the shore. She knew what we were all thinking. She heard us talking about her behind her back. I got it. I got it. Yes, I got a jar of dirt. Don't look at me like that. I didn't steal it. It washed up on the shore, so I picked it up. Don't tease me like that. It's a tiny bottle made of crystal clear glass. It's so beautiful. I wish my soul could be that beautiful. Aww. It is. Oh, what am I saying? I knew you were referencing something Wicked, but for the life of me, I could not place it. So I'm glad somebody else here, Austin, knew the reference, because I was like, what is that from? There's Wicked just very obsessed with a jar of dirt and a heart right now, and it's not from, so I really thought it was a reference. Thank you. My favorite side quest was the taking pictures one on this island. I haven't done that one. Bruh. There's so much I haven't done. I feel like I've done so much, and yet I've done, like, nothing. Oh, what am I saying? When you live in poverty, you can say the cheesiest things without blinking an eye. So, I guess I should go soon. My father will start worrying. Goodbye, little ally of justice. And good luck to you. Bye. Thanks for tonight. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. I am going to make the executive decision. Girly, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Did you tell me what you're doing? I didn't even see if you sent me a reply to that. Blue Light, are you seeing family or anything like that for Thanksgiving, or friends, chosen family? And you feel like she's not me. Don't tell me you think I'm talking down on you, right? You're talking about her, right? Please tell me. Please tell me. I would never talk down on you. If you warp to Forbidden Woods and go up on 1 square to Bob Island, there's a submarine with a 3rd bottle just to feed the Robin. I didn't hear that, but yes, I'm seeing family and friends. I thought I asked, and if I didn't ask, then I asked with my brain. But I definitely meant to ask. I thought I did. You're seeing family and friends, though. That's awesome. What's your favorite? This question is for all of chat. What is your favorite, like, traditional, even if it's not traditional for everybody, if it's like a family thing or a culture thing or whatever, but something you eat like every year on Thanksgiving to celebrate the holiday, what is that your favorite thing that you would eat like every single year because it's like a tradition? Moblin. For Thanksgiving, I want to stay home. Juice, hi! Welcome in. Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. Whoops. I'm so glad you're here. You're not, I'm not hosting either. My house is way too small to host Thanksgiving, and that was on purpose. That is a huge perk of not having a big house. ADHD twins, for real. Blue Light and me, I think, are big time ADHD twins. Mac and cheese whack. I can't go back. I love mac and cheese. Do you like mac and cheese that has like breadcrumbs and like baked, or do you just like mac and cheese that's like made on the stove and not baked? And like some people like the cheese baked in the oven, and some people just like it wet. No baked cheese or anything on top of it. Mac and cheese, Hulk smash, sweet potato casserole, and green bean casserole. Ooh, I love green bean casserole, Austin. Sweet potato casserole's all right. It's all right. But I love the green bean casserole. Love mac and cheese. Baked mac is the only right answer. Baked mac and cheese, toasty on top with breadcrumbs. Bro, breadcrumbs in the mac, it's probably whack. I like it baked, but it really depends on who did it and how they did it. Because I've had it completely ruined with breadcrumbs and baked cheese on top. Because it's like there's no flavor underneath for some reason. It's like, ooh, it looks so good on top. And then you like bite into it and it's like extremely bland. It's very disappointing. I've had it that way and I don't like when that happens. But typically I prefer, oh, I like shells and cheese, honestly. That's my fave. The way your mom makes sweet potato casserole is amazing. Does she make it kind of sweet? Like, not savory, but Swedish? Not Swedish, but sweet-ish? You're going to your tia's for Thanksgiving? That's awesome. Does she live close to you? Also, I am going to make a suspend point. What I was going to say is I entered the stream tonight with the goal to get to the Wind Temple. And I'm not there. But I am getting a couple good things done. So I will be maybe doing one more little side quest before I go to the Wind Temple. If I don't get to the Wind Temple by 9 p.m. Eastern, that's like an hour and a half from now, I will be upset with myself. So I definitely don't want to dilly-dally too much longer. I will be doing like one more side quest though. Chick-fil-A mac and cheese. I've never had Chick-fil-A mac and cheese. Who has? Besides Juice. I've never had it. I like their side salad. They didn't make the mac and cheese before baking it. If it's flavorless, you mean? It's more sweet. It's kind of a dessert. Okay, I think I would like that. I think I would like that. I'm a big sweet tooth. So when sweet potatoes are prepared sweet, I really like them. And then when they're like fries or chips, I like a savory seasoning on them. But if they're mashed or like soft, I like sweet. Ooh, Callaway's. That sounds really familiar. Where are you? Why does that sound familiar to me? They do a pimento mac and cheese? That sounds really, really good. Y'all are making me hungry. Here's the deal. I have been here for an hour and 36 minutes. I'm going to stand up, stretch my legs. I'm an old lady and I need to move so I don't get blood clots and all that good stuff. I'm going to stand up, move my body for like 2 minutes, and then I'll come back. Just enjoy Link. I can make it daytime, I guess, so you guys can have some music really quick. And wait. No. Wait. No. 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 Is that the right one? No! That was not the right one. I don't want to change the direction of the wind. Okay, I think it's right, left, up. No. Okay. 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 Woo! I got it. I think, okay, mac and cheese is fire. Fire choice. Sweet potato casserole. The way Austin's mom makes it sounds amazing. Love mashed potatoes. I love stuffing. I like making like just a mixture of like stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, and turkey, and mixing that up and taking a bite. That's what I love, okay? I love to be a disgusting monster on Thanksgiving and combining a bunch of my foods together and taking a ginormous bite and eating the whole plate in one bite. That's what I like to do. Fill a plate and smothered in gravy. Exactly. And then fill another plate with pie and smothered in whipped cream. And that's all I need. I'm happy. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes, chat. When I come back, I'll do one more little side quest. And then I will go get the Korok and go to the Wind Temple. Fine with talking about food some more. I am starving. And I get to eat after this. Hulk Smash in the chat is my husband. God bless him. He's been the best. I know he's sending me a bunch of likes. And he's making me dinner after this. And it's gonna be fried rice and a bao. And it's all Asian food. So I'm very excited about that. Girl, me too. You're starving right now? Yeah, I'm happy to talk about food, but boy, it's making me hungry. Boy, oh boy. So, let me go back through the chat really quick and see what has been suggested. And, let's see. We have, what do we have? I don't even know where to look. There's so many chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for chatting with me. It makes this time fly by. Seriously. Thank you. I'm not mad about all the chats that I've got, but it is challenging to find the one of the things that I can do. Or you can just tell me again, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to type all that out again. But I know there's been things. I know Austin in particular sent things that I can do. Warp to Forbidden Woods, go up 1 square to Bomb Island. There's a submarine with a 3rd bottle, just defeat the moblin. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Warp to Forbidden Woods, go up 1 square and defeat a moblin in a submarine. Before I leave Windfall Island, is there anything I should do before I go do this challenge? I have no idea. I'm gonna go, what am I doing? I don't remember what the warp one is now. It's Ballad of Gales, down, right, left, up. Okay. Down, right, left, up. There's a lot of stuff to do, but too time consuming. Yeah. And I don't need to do all of it. I feel comfortable with 9 hearts. I feel like I can do the Wind Temple with 9 if I did the Earth Temple with 7. And I'll have 3 jars, I think. This is what would get me my 3rd jar. I'm going to the Forsaken. Wait, you said Forsaken Forest up 1 square? Crap, I think that's what you said. Forsaken Fortress. Is Fortress? It's not the Fortress, because I can't go up 1 square from there. The Forbidden Forest? Forest Haven. Oh, okay, Forest Haven. Wait, okay. That's Outset Island. There's Forest Haven. Okay, warp here. Yes. And then up 1 square to find a submarine. I'll also feed the fish there, because while I'm in a new place on the chart, I might as well, let me move the microphone a little. Maybe. I don't want to mess anything up. I might as well, what was I gonna say? Feed the fish. Okay. Up 1 would be north. I'm gonna make the wind go north. I'm pretty sure that's the wind's requiem. Yeah, okay, good. Get this. Get that right. Okay. Go north. And from here, we will get a fish fed and I need to equip my sail. God, I forgot how to sail, y'all. Take this now, Jonah. No. No. Take this haunts me. And I will also equip my boomerang. And I'll do my... I guess I'll make my sail Z, actually. And I'll do my bow and arrow. My hero's bow, too. Yeah, bad. Very bad, Blue Light. Tell him. Get him. We don't need any of that. It is not Sunday, and I do not want to hear any take of this right now. Bad Belmont player. Bad. Sit. I wish I was playing the HD version, which apparently if I was, then I would be able to sail, super sail. Bad Aegis players. No, good Aegis players. Good girl. There's the fish. I see the fish. I also see a treasure. I don't usually collect the treasures because it's like a whole thing, but I guess I will. Oh. I stopped way too fast. I thought that it was going to take me longer to stop. You'd also be able to sail without having to equip a sail. That would be so nice. I definitely wish I had all of those nice upgrades that you can get in the Wind Waker, the HD version, but that's okay. That's all right. No? Not close enough? Okay, cruise a little. Oh, I hear it now. I hear you. Give me the treasure. I hear it. Come on. Bruh. No, I don't want it to storm. I hate when it storms. I feel like all the bad guys come out whenever it's storming. Give me the treasure. That's all I want right now. I never stop for this. Bruh. Treasure. Oh, it's right there? How did I get so far away from it? Come on, I know I'm right next to it. Right? There we go. Does that only work, though, if you have the treasure chart? Is that the only time that it shows you an X by it? Yay! This is why I never stop. Because it's always only rupees. That's why I don't like to start. If it's a C chart treasure, that is. Which, by the way, you should collect those because a lot of the heart pieces. Yeah. True. And I have collected a lot, but I should actually go out and, like, make use of what I've collected. Okay, so I also saw the fish. It stopped storming, thank goodness. This is the fish I need. So I'm gonna feed him and get some intel, right? Let me double check. Yeah, I don't have any information here. Whoops. Oh no, I didn't target. Oh, it still worked. Okay, good. Are in them or big rupees worth 100 to 200? That would be good too. Especially since I'll need a bunch of rupees for getting the Triforce charts interpreted or whatever. I'm starving too, Blue Light. Do you know what you're having for dinner? And when you're having it? My hair is annoying me. I thought about putting it up before I did this, and then I didn't. Whoops. Thank you so much for the follow. Malker? Blake? Thank you so much. How are you? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. Happy to have you here. Yeah, I've heard. I take it you want a chart and information about this island? Yeah. Then start by opening up your sea chart. I sure will. You don't know what to make? You're making your own food tonight, girl? What? I had white chicken chili for dinner. Ooh, that sounds so good. I love white chicken chili. I had regular chili. Was it 2 nights ago? Hulk Smash 2 nights ago with the regular chili, or I think, yeah. Wind Waker, I've never played it, but love the style and Brawl. Yes, it's Wind Waker, Malker. It is. And the game is so fun. I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2, but I think you can play on the Switch or Switch 2 with the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack with the GameCube games that they have. It's super fun. And I also love the art style. And you play Brawl, so do you play other Super Smash Bros. Games? You ought to come sail these seas on nights when the right half of the moon is missing. It'll give you shivers, Fry. And that's all the info I've got to offer. That would be, if the right half is missing, is that a waxing? I'm trying to remember. I think that's a waxing moon, but y'all can tell me. All of them, including 3DS. I love that. I play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with an open arena every Sunday. So if you could join this Sunday, that would be awesome. Who's your main on that game? Waxing Gibbous, 90% sure. Thank you, Tired Bison. That's what I was thinking, was it was waxing something. Waxing Gibbous was the word I was trying to think of. I'm like 90% sure too. I'm also 90% sure I was born under a waxing gibbous moon, and that's why I was familiar with that. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to throw some more bait on the water for me. Sorry, but that's my policy. I can't go fighting evil on an empty stomach. Me neither. And with that, I'm off. Okay, so I want it to be a waxing gibbous moon, and also I don't remember what he said to do about the waxing gibbous moon. Just sail under it during a waxing gibbous moon. Keeks, hello, welcome in. How are you? So happy to see you again. Malker, thank you for the heart me. I'm happy to have you in my fan club. Okay, I'm gonna go forward. This is not a submarine, but I can do something here. Who is this? This is the guy! This is the girthy guy with a massive pack. A fish told me about him. Hey, have we met before somewhere? Aren't you? No, couldn't be. Me? I am but a poor traveling merchant. I travel the world searching for rare objects of all sorts, modern and ancient, foreign and exotic. The what? The fish called him girthy. He said there's a girthy man with a monstrous pack. And that is this man. He is girthy with a monstrous pack. There's a heart piece in the hole at the top of the island under the rock. He's mentioning the ghost ship. It'll show up at different islands depending on the moon phases. Oh, good to know. Yeah, Wind Waker. Hello, Randall. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I'm glad to see you again here. I travel the world searching blah, blah, blah. My dream has always been to someday open my own shop, but plans have a way of getting delayed, and now it's been 30 years since I started? No. What? Bruh. What? 30 years? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday and Turkey Day tomorrow. Yes. What is your favorite Turkey Day food that you traditionally eat every year? Whether it's like specific to you and your family or friends and those traditions that you have, or it's something like everybody's used to. You've got your turkey and brine, harvested it yourself. That and compound butter, bruh. I'm so jealous and hungry. I want. I will say, what do you mean by compound butter? What is that? But that sounds freaking amazing. And you got it, you harvested it yourself. I am so impressed. Tamales! You eat tamales on Turkey Day? Wow, I'm so jealous. That's a new tradition I need to start with my family. That sounds so good. Yes. Yes. I love tamales too. Mac and cheese, and I make these honey garlic Brussels sprouts. Oh my God. Honey garlic Brussels sprouts get in my belly now. And mac and cheese has been a popular one. Love mac and cheese. Keeks, do you like mac and cheese with or without breadcrumbs, though? That was a hot topic as well. The submarine is left of the island, by the way, might also be a little above the island, not direct left. I took some grass-fed butter and put it in the 1980s food processor with herbs. That sounds so freaking good. What? Jesus. Fancy butter. I've never had butter that's been so loved in my life. Okay. So I need to go west. Time certainly laughs at us all, huh? It sure does, especially when I play this game. Time is definitely laughing at me for how long I've taken to beat this game and how much I've accomplished in this stream alone. And still, day in and day out, rain or shine, I spend my days looking for curiosities and rare items. Which reminds me, that delivery bag of yours looks like it might have some rare treasures in it. If you happen to have something of quality that one could put on sale in a shop, would you consider trading it? I have many fine products to trade. If you have something you'd like to trade, could you show it to me, please? I think I do, unless I mistakenly put it... No! I didn't keep it in my bag. Dang it. One of those flowers. He wants one of those flowers, I think. Dang it. And that was at Windfall Island. That's why I'm even more frustrated with myself. And with breadcrumbs is cool. Okay, cool. I like breadcrumbs. I was just saying, sometimes with breadcrumbs, that people don't put any, like, it doesn't taste good underneath. It looks so good on top, and then there's, like, no flavor underneath. I'm so freaking hungry, Blue Light. I feel you. There's a certain order to trade with them, and he's not the first one you want to trade with. Oh, okay. Good to know. That makes me feel better, then. I do need to put more of those flowers in my delivery bag, though. I definitely should have done that while I was at Windfall Island. Okay, so I can blow up this rock and get a heart piece, I suppose. Give me... No. Ooh. The other two Gorons are on Mother and Child Island on the tiny one, and then on Great Fish Isle. I can't remember what a Goron is. Is that what the guy is that was just in there? Is that a Goron? I don't remember. Wait. I was so confused. I thought I went in the hole for some reason. That was so confusing. I look like a Goron. Gordon is better. I don't know why. Oh! Are these... No, these are, oh, the big rock people. I only played Ocarina of Time a little bit when I was a kid, and then I gave up because it was kind of hard for me. So, I don't know about the rock people, if I can picture what those guys are right now, but I'm sure I will recognize them when I see them. Welcome in, Bobby. How are you? Okay, yeah, that does nothing. I don't know if I think my arrows would be fine here. I want them icy, though. What? It didn't get him? Okay. That wasn't that bad. What? There's more? Bruh. Okay. I should have used the... What? Do they not stop? Do I have to put something there? Ah! Oh, I have to put him there. That's why, bruh. I was like, why aren't they stopping? No, I didn't mean to jump up there. Yeah. Ah! Ah! Get away from me! Come! Okay, good. Ugh. Jeez. This stressed me out for no reason. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Where am I? I'm gonna create just a spin point. I've made some decent progress. I don't want to mess this up. Yeah. So Austin, I think, said that there is a heart piece in here. I think that's what I'm working towards. I'm pretty sure we will see. I suppose I need to... I mean, I probably could walk on the fire, but I also could just shoot it, right? What? No? That's a negative? Okay. Oh, there's another path. Okay. There's another way to go. There's a switch to your left. Okay. Yeah, I see a smaller path I can take. Ah. Okay. This is not gonna be amazing, probably. We'll see. But my skills with walking with him are subpar. Just walking. Okay, so is it timed? Is that the gimmick? Ah! Oh, but it's okay. Okay. I was guessing that the fire was gonna be back. Do I need one of these guys again? Oh, I hope not, because he did. Okay, I don't like having multiple of them. Oh, I tried to pick him up. Okay, where am I going with him? No! Ugh, no timer. You need to throw those ones on the 2 switches on either side of the platform. Okay. Okay. Ah! Oh my god. I need to go slower. I don't know why I feel like pressured by a timer. You literally just said there's no timer. I really need to take my time. Okay. No, I wasn't trying to do that one. Okay, pick it up. Pick it up. Bruh. Throw it. Pick it up. Ah! No! No! I didn't try to kill him! No! Ah! Okay. Picking up, and then I don't know how far it's gonna throw. Ah! It missed the switch? Bruh! Of course it missed. Of course it did. Oh, and come on! Pick it up! Ah! Jeez! Pick. Okay. Bruh. No, I missed it. I'm gonna use all of my freaking arrows. Come on. I got it. I got it. Love when they land right next to the switches. Happens a lot if you don't know where to toss them. Yeah, apparently. Okay. Pick it up. That was not right. Dang it! Ah! There's something behind me. I think it was just fire or something. Ah! That one! Bruh! No! I have 3 arrows left. Wait for them to try and attack you. Okay. I'm getting us to spend points because I have 1. I got 1 on the switch. Does it need to stay on the switch or does it just need to hit the switch? Once it hits the switch, are we good, chat? No! 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 Ah! Not good. Not good. Give me a heart. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, do I have to start over? Okay, no. It looks like the 1 switch that I got is still good. So it's just the 1. Azuya, hello. Thank you for believing me. I'm not so sure. Bruh. Pick it up that I feel your faith in me. Or that I have the same faith. Bro, that was not good. I have 2 arrows left. I prefer using my arrows. I know I can hit them with my sword, but that obviously did not work very well. Yay, I got it. Did you know you can attack them with your sword normally and they can roll up? Yes. So every time I've tried to do that, I have been caught in a fiery predicament and then fell into the lava and got pushed back to the start. So yes, I've tried to attack them, but it just never worked out in my favor. I preferred to use the arrows in that situation. I got it. Twist the Fox, I'm so happy to see you back here. How are you doing? Okay. I got my piece of heart. I think this is, how many do I have? 1. But total, I have 9 heart containers. So I am 1/4 of the way to 10 heart containers. I'm gonna go ahead and leave now. That's all I needed to do here, I'm pretty sure. I have 10 hearts? Oh, I got another heart container? I do have 10. I did not remember. Bruh, what did I totally forget happened? Something happened. Twist the Fox, I'm good. You can call me Meg. I'm doing well. I'm excited to be with family and eat a lot of food tomorrow. Are you doing anything special for the holiday or seeing loved ones or eating good food, hopefully, tomorrow? Okay, I don't know if there's any point to blowing. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to have my, what was it? What was I looking for? Oh, my Wind Waker. I want it to be daytime. I don't like when it's nighttime. I don't like all the bad guys. I'm halfway to 20. Favorite Zelda game? Probably this one. I really like Echoes of Wisdom. Echoes of Wisdom's the only one I beat, and I've only dabbled with every other game, so this is the one that I've played most compared, or, what am I saying? With Echoes of Wisdom. Those 2 I've played the most, and I've never beat this one, but I'm kind of close now, I think, and I'm really liking it. What about you, Dexter? Also, I'm happy to have you here. The 2 heart pieces you got on Windfall gave you an extra heart. Oh, I think I reached like goal. I don't know why that goes off because you guys can't even see that I have a like goal up, but how many likes do I have? Because that might have been it. Let me see. I think I did. Thank you so much for the likes. Not this year. There was a function yesterday. Got turkey dinner food. They're not doing it tomorrow. Good for you. Good for you. Because it is a lot of work, especially if you're the one hosting or preparing the food. I know it's just a lot of work. Having somebody else do that for you is wonderful. Like a function where you're just fed that. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to clean up. That's great. Good for you. The 2 heart pieces you got on Windfall. Okay, that is it. That's right. I did not realize that. Okay. So, I need to go west. West. Oh, I was gonna change it to daytime. I forgot. I was worried that something I didn't want to come out. Oh, but I got arrows. That's good. I do want arrows. I was worried that after I blowed this up that like guys would be in there waiting to attack me or something. Oh. No! I have an empty jar! I could have put that in my empty jar! Well, I was not thinking. I'm not used to having 2 jars. Dang it. I just got the second one and I'm already messing that up. But I could I get 4 servings of my grandma's soup? Because she gives me like as much soup as I want, right? It's unlimited. So could I get 4 servings of it? Give me arrows, please? I don't really want that. Yes? Okay, then that would be better than a fairy, I think. I want arrows. Please. Okay. I don't think that's the right one. I'm trying to do that one. Yeah, I want to make it daytime. That's the one that I wanted to do. But Twist the Fox said yes. Keeks. I'm a goofy goober. Yeah, I sure am. Okay. We are going east. 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 I kind of feel like something is worth it getting over here. Ah! No! Oh my god. I don't know. Is there anything I can do? We love Grandma's soup. I love Grandma's soup so much. I don't know if there's anything that I can do here. I might try arrows. I only have 11, but I'm gonna try arrows real quick. I'm gonna make them fiery. Nope, that did nothing. Okay. I don't know. I don't feel great about using a bomb. I don't feel like that's it either. How? What am I supposed to do? Ah! It's just rupees? Yeah, can you find some high ground and float there? Oh, yeah. I could do that, Hulk Smash. I could do that. If it's just rupees, that's freaking annoying. I don't know why. I'm so tired of that being my big reward. Okay? If it was real life, sure. Give me the money. Show me the money. But I kind of want something cooler and not rupees when I put in a lot of work in this game. Hi, Diego. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. It's good to have you here. I'm gonna fly this way. Wait, which way is the wind going? I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to see family and eat a lot of food tomorrow. Oh, the wind's going the right way. Are you doing anything special? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving or get together with family tomorrow? Eat a lot of food tomorrow? I don't have that much magic. Yee! Just barely. Okay, rupees. Rupees. Rupee. Yay! A rupee! You do? What are you gonna do tomorrow? What's your favorite thing to eat for Thanksgiving? Let's see. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go west. A little west. Maybe not completely west, but a little west. Supposedly is the way to go. After I get this stuff. Arrows! Yay! Yeah, rupees. Yeah. Not very thrilling, not very rewarding. I don't love it, but that's fine. Whatever. And those trees aren't giving me anything. Fine. Okay. So, we're going to go west so that I can find a submarine. Supposedly. Hopefully. Then I need to go to my grandma's and get 2 more servings of soup. Then I'm going to go get the Korok so that I can get to the Wind Temple. And I'm not ending the stream until I'm at the Wind Temple. That was what I thought I was going to spend this entire gameplay today at the Wind Temple. And I'm happy that I've done these side quests because I feel way more prepared to do that temple, fight that boss, and then whatever happens after that, I'm way more prepared for that too. But boy, oh boy, this has been quite different. And I love it, but also I need to focus. So I'm going west somewhere-ish for a submarine. And hopefully I can find it. And hopefully I'm able to get... I can't even remember what I'm trying to get anymore. But hopefully I can get that. You learned your lesson about being ungrateful for rupees. Breath of the Wild was stingy? Really? That's a first. I feel like I've just had an excess of rupees, or like that's all I get is rupees in excess in this game. And most Zelda games I think are that way, where there's just like rupees in everything. Tingle will teach you in this game too. Yeah, I do need... I know I needed rupees for Tingle, whatever. Tingle, by the way, what kind of name is that? Because I don't really like that. I've decided I don't like the word Tingle. It doesn't sound or feel right coming out of my mouth. I really don't like it. Moist Tingle? I don't mind the word moist, but actually paired with the word tingle, I hate it. I don't typically care if I hear the word moist, really. But definitely not a fan when it is with the word tingle. Okay, Cyclone, no, 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 no. I'm gonna make a suspend point. Pure shudder. Absolutely not. Moist tingle. Gross. It's pretty disgusting. Okay, I'm looking for a submarine. I don't care about that treasure. It takes too long to get it. I really just don't. I'm gonna go south, I think, a little. Because I'm, like, not really in the square in the grid. In it. I'm, like, around it. I want to get in it. In it. Trying to get in the heart of the square. Maybe. Okay, now I still need to go this way. In terms of words and the character. Moist tingle. Yeah. Ew. We don't want a moist tingle. Ew. No. I don't like thinking about tingle being moist. I really don't. Let's change the subject. It was crafted for maximum unpleasantness, Hulk Smash said. Wonderful, thank you. So thankful for that. Is that a submarine? That kind of looks like a submarine to me. Is that a submarine? Ew! Yeah, ew is disgusting. It is right. It is disgusting. Moist tingle. I'm gonna get tingle moist later in the game with my rupees. He'll be super moist. Moist tingle. This is not a submarine, right? No. I've already been there. Where are you, submarine? Where are you? Is that a submarine? No, I'm still going the wrong way. Where? What is this? What is this? That's the fairy. No, I don't want the fairy island. Give me the submarine. I'm going the wrong way. Okay, I need to go back to the chat. I've been thinking about that this whole time, Twist the Fox. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. That's like what I know. Sorry. Like, that's where I stop. But yeah, that's literally been stuck in my head since I started saying the word submarine. Looking for that submarine is something else. So I'm going back to my chat because I know somewhere there was a more direction about where to go to find it. Left of the island, might also be a little above the island, not direct left. Oh, okay. What? No, no, not this again. I've already done this. I already fought this guy. Is this a different guy? Does he come back? I've already fought him because I got more magic. Do I get more magic? What? That doesn't seem right. Oh, I need my boomerang anyway. I don't want to equip my arrows. I don't need that. I need to put that away. So I don't accidentally use it. I need my boomerang. And I'll just put my sail here, I guess. There are a few of those giant squid. I guess they give me different things, I hope. Twist the Fox, you said you haven't done all of these? Come on. Give me his eye! Bruh. Why? Is that all I can get? I should be able to get all of them in one hit. Right? Come on. And I know you can get them from behind. Don't worry about that. Okay. I want to get all of them. I don't like this. I didn't like this last time either. It should not be this hard to get all of them at once. Get him! Bruh! Why is it not? Bah! 5 is the limit? You can only target 5 at a time? I'm wasting my time! Bruh! Give me! Okay, I think I got 5. I don't know... Okay, some of them are out. Good. I can see that I got some of them done. Oh, it's so close to eating me or whatever it's gonna do. Please. Please, no. I'm so scared. No. 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 Why? That is so frustrating. I was so close. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Now get this cyclone away from me. I don't... No, I'm about to get toe up again. Oh my God. I want to feel safe again, please. Where am I? I'm like back where I started. What? Okay. Bruh. No, 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 no. I hate this. 5 at a time. And the seagulls go where the squid guys are. I remember that from last time now. Of course, I didn't remember before or even notice that there were seagulls here. But, yeah. Ugh. Okay, I want to go back to, I think, the square that I was in. I'm gonna change the direction of the wind again. I think I want to go back to the square that I was in. I'm not positive. But I think I started going way too much the wrong way. Whoops. Because after going back through the chat, Austin, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, I realized I went way too far east, I think, because you also said that it might just be up, more up. See if you can find the map fish in the square you're looking in. Yeah, I didn't see any fish. I was kind of trying to keep my eye out for them. Hi, Just Keenan without Kel. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. How are you doing tonight? Second favorite Zelda game. What's your first favorite Zelda game? I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I have never beat it. And that is my current goal. I played it when I was like 8 years old when it first came out. And now I'm on a mission to beat it. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm happy to have you here. I play every Wednesday and Saturday. Twilight Princess. I've gotten that one a lot in the chat. I really need to try that one, but I don't know. I guess I would need to get the GameCube one probably, because I don't know for sure that I have a Wii. But I did get that one when I was like 13 or something for the Wii. I just never finished it. It was like, I didn't even get that much into it. I think I got kind of bored or something, so I never finished it. But I heard that it gets a lot better, so I should have given it a better chance. Okay. Currently, I'm looking for a submarine or a fish. There's like a Outlook thing. Is that from a submarine? Twilight Princess is so wonderful in terms of story. It's so good. I really need to try it. Is this where the Moblin is? I don't even really remember what Moblins look like. Stop. I'm gonna swim. This looks like something I should do. I don't know if this is a submarine, but maybe. Maybe this is something worth my time. Probably rupees. Okay. Dang. What was the other? Oh, what are you guys? No, I didn't mean to kill him. What? He gave me a heart? That's never happened before. Does that just not happen in the pit? The pit of trials or whatever? It's not a submarine. The submarines are always on the surface. They do not sink. Oh. What? That totally defeats the purpose of it being a submarine. At IRL, they sink. They go underwater. Okay, red rupee, blah, blah, blah. What a pleasant surprise, yada, yada, yada. Well, maybe with my telescope, I can see a submarine from here. Which direction am I? I think I'm facing north, which maybe is the right direction. Let me get my telescope out and see if I can see anything here. I don't know if I should just call this like a lost cause. Oh, there's a fish. Is that the fish I want? Ah! The wooden thing I was just by was a submarine? Oh. I guess I'm confused about what submarines look like in this game because I had no idea. That thing? That, oh. I see now. That thing? Because it has a, does it start with an S? Something scope. There's some kind of scope thing on it. I don't know what to call it. But yeah. Yay. Okay. That's where I'm going. Got it. We have the submarine in sight, y'all. We have sighted the submarine. Periscope. That's what it's called. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's what it is on top of the submarine. A periscope, right? Hi, Andrew. Welcome back in. So I did a couple side quests and things. I actually have not made it to the Wind Temple yet. Surprise, surprise. Now, where was that? It was right here. Okay. And I'm currently working on getting either an... Oh, it's the pirate, the ghost ship. I'm working on getting like another heart piece, I believe, is the current mission that I'm on. Little side quest before I go to the Wind Temple. Do I fight somebody? Oh, I've already been in here. Nope, this is a different place. There's a dinner table. I kind of just want to fight all of them. Because I feel like, will I have to fight them again anyway? Do I have to fight them? I think I have to fight all of them. What else could I do but fight them? Ah! Oh! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, you stole that, you son of a gun. Bruh. You'll pay for that one. Give me. What? Give me. Thank you. Bye. I want joy pendants for Miss Marie. Please. I don't care if I get hurt right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. That's enough. Yay. What is it? Is this what I want? Are you what I want? A bottle! Yay! I got the bottle. I have 3 bottles, my guys. Whoa, 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 Buster. Don't you dare touch me with your nasty rat teeth. Ooh, a bottle, even better. Yeah, I have 3 bottles, y'all. I have 10 hearts. I have 1 heart piece, so I need 3 more for another heart container. I feel pretty good. So I'm gonna go to Grandma's. Whoops. That was easy. Those rats do not put up much of a fight. Ribbies! Come on. Ah. Dang. Okay. Bottled up. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. Bottles up. Bottles up. Okay. I'm going... Yeah, getting souped up. I'm gonna go get souped up by my grandma. Get a souped up jar. I think I can just do the Ballad of the Gales to get there. And then I will go get the Korok, and then I will go to the Wind Temple. Okay, time to go get Grandma's soup. 3 jars of it, which would be 6 servings because she gives me 2 servings per jar. I think it's better than fairies, way better than fairies. So that's what I want my jars filled with, is Grandma's soup. And I need that one. Down, right, left, up. Whoa. Down, right, left, up. I'm going to my grandma's on Outset Island, Andrew, so that I can get lots and lots of soupies in my 3 empty jars. And then I'm gonna go get the Korok so that I can go to the Wind Temple. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew, for sending that in the chat. Hi, Monkey. Welcome in. How are you? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. I have a lot of places to go. First is Grandma's. Then, thank you so much for the follow, Monkey. I already went through looking for a Korok like a couple streams ago, and I was not ready for it yet. But now I know where to look, and I know it needs to be daytime, and I know I need to listen for his music. So I'm going to go get that Korok right after I get this soup. I think that's Outset Island. Yeah. Whoa, no. I just needed my sail. That's all I wanted. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to bait the fish earlier at the last square that I was at. I totally forgot to do that. But oh well, I really don't care. I did what I needed to do, and now we are here. We are at Grandma's already. Nice short little ride. It doesn't have to be daytime for me to hear the Korok. Well, I know where the Korok is, so technically I don't need to hear him, because I remember from one of my streams, people telling me he was like behind a waterfall. I always did these at night. Huh. I don't like it when it's night because of all the enemies and stuff, but if you can do it at night, then shoot, might as well. Oh. Yes. Do I have to equip the jar? I understand. Yes, I know. It's an amazing soup. I get it. I know. But I know. Okay. Now this one. Will you do that one next? Aw, she only gives me one serving. Or one jar of it. Dang it. I was hoping that I would get... Dang. I was really thinking I would be able to fill up with 6 servings of Grandma's soup, but never mind. Guess not. Okay. Well, then that means I either need potions or fairies for my other jars. I really would like more magic right now. That would be cool. Thank you. Any more? You got any more magic for me anywhere? Just a rupee. Nothing. Yay, Blue White, you're back. Did you eat dinner? I'm so glad you're back here. I'm going to go get the Korok. Finally, it's Korok time. It's business time. I mean business. And we are going to get him so I can go to the Wind Temple finally. Oh, I'm going to end this stream hopefully at the Wind, well, definitely at the Wind Temple. Maybe I'll get to play a little bit in it first. And I believe I need to go to the Forest Haven, which is here. I think that's where I'm going to go look for Mr. Dude. You made dinner? Yay! What did you make? Yum yum! I'm gonna eat probably in like 20 minutes. Yummy. When this first came out, Video Game Donkey YouTuber pointed out fans dislike the style. Yes, I've seen that, Malker, and I was 8 years old, and I freaking love this style. I played Ocarina of Time when I was even younger, and it scared the crap out of me. I did not beat that game. So I welcomed the art style of this game with open arms because I was a child and I was scared of Ocarina of Time. So going from that to this was like amazing to me. But I do know that that is something I've seen, that a lot of like older fans did not like it at all. Which is really interesting because now everybody loves it again. So what was I doing again? Gonna warp. Yeah, I'm gonna warp. And I'm warping to the Forest Haven. Down, right, left, up. Tech is cyclical, just like fashion and like everything else. It's all cyclical. Ah. Okay, I'm going to Forest Haven to get the Korok. I always have the control to my gave this. Yes. Yes. Is your sister older than you? I'm guessing. When I say I played these games, really it was like me trying, and I could do some combat. I could do some combat on my own, but a lot of it was just me running around, getting scared, and giving the controller to my dad or my brother, who I think was actually younger than me. And that came up more with this game, the Wind Waker, than Ocarina of Time, because he was way too young for that. Woo! So fast. Okay. You made tamales! No way! That sounds so good. What kind of tamales? What was in them? Oh! Frick, I forgot about those guys. That killed him? Really? That was so easy. I did not... Did I get stronger or something? Like, what? That's what I would have done if I had siblings at that age. Yes. Ah. I hear him. I do hear him. Yeah, so it does not need to be daytime. You just saw the music notes? Yeah. I can hear the music. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I might need to turn the volume up a little bit. So I grapple? Why? You're really gonna tell me I'm not close enough? Okay. He's right in front of me? Ah! Where? Oh, down there. Yeah. Get me down. Stop swinging. Go down. Yeah. He's right there. So I swing in. Swing in here. That's as far down as I can go, by the way, chat. But I'm pretty sure this is what I'm supposed to do from things that I tried to do on a previous stream. He'll be a big star once. What? No! I looked at the chat and I released at the wrong time. Can I just walk into it? I see the music notes. Can I just walk in there? No. Of course I can't. I was looking at the chat. You say you're going to be a Megastar one day. And released at the complete wrong moment. Whoopsie. You'll be a megastar one day, Megstar. One of these days is what you said. Well, thank you. Thanks. That would be awesome, but that's not... I mean, that's not what I'm here for. At least not... I just am here for community. To have people who like what I like, meet people who like the same things I like, talk to them about what we like. Which video games, Zelda, all that good stuff. That's the primary reason. Yeah, I'm trying to grapple and I let go at the wrong point. What? What? I was down as far as I could be on the grappling hook. Now I can't see anything. Bruh. I was literally down as far as I could be on that. I promise you guys. Try from down here. It's a numbers game anyway, just like the 1 and 0 here in stream and on Wind Waker. What do you mean by that? What's a numbers game? Bah. I don't think that the leaf would be right, because it would just... Unless I'm trying to leaf from down there, if that's what you mean. I'm going to try the grappling hook one more time. Chat seemed pretty convinced that that was what I was supposed to be doing when I first tried this. Yeah, this is as far down as I go. This might be spiritual, but that's how everything. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just like 1 and 0 here and streaming on Wind Waker. Do you mean like, ones and zeros like code? Or like binary, I guess? That would be binary code. Is that what you mean? Like the Matrix, kinda? Ah! Ah! Okay, I'm gonna try the leaf. Unless I'm just like not releasing at the right time. Yep, you get me. Yeah, it's all a simulation and I'm fine with that. Or if it's not, we can just say it is. It is all just numbers and yeah, that didn't do anything either. But yeah, for me, it's not about being a megastar. I just needed an outlet, a place to like be myself and meet people who like what I like and do my own thing, you know? Every other aspect of my life involves other people. Usually like with work and stuff. I have a boss. Thank you so much for the rose, Bobby. I appreciate that. How are you tonight? Happy Wind Waker Wednesday. Grappling from down here. When you say down here, what do you mean? I don't think that my grappling hook will reach up there. It doesn't go up high. Try it. Okay. Ah, I will try it. Twist the fox. Why would I doubt you? That was... You're smart. Thank you. Thank you, Twist the fox. I will never doubt you again. Yay, I went in the hole. The waterfall hole. So do I, but I prefer anonymity for now, as much as the internet appears to give me anyway. I completely understand that. I feel you entirely with that. There's my little Korok friend. Yay! Let me... Well, I'll just talk to him first. Ah, go down. Oh. Okay. Yay! Oh, Megstar! I haven't seen you in quite some time, have I? I'm surprised you were able to find me here. You're wondering why I'm all the way down here? I'm practicing a new song for next year's ceremony, and I need privacy. It isn't any fun if everyone knows in advance what song I'll play. What? You can hear my song outside? Really? I thought the sound of the waves would drown it out. Perhaps I should play a little more softly when I practice from now on. Yeah, I guess so. So, let's see here. Yeah, okay. I need to play a tune for him. Yeah, let me double check what that one is. He needs the Wind God's aria, which is up, up, down, right, left, right. Up, up, down, right, left, right. Up, up, down, right, left, right. Up, up, down, up, down. Yeah. Right, left, right. Don't talk to me. I need to remember what it is. It's up, up, down, right, left, right. Why is that a conductor's baton? Megstar, are you a maestro? That's incredible. Are you going to conduct for me, Megstar? What kind of song is it? I can't wait to hear it. Please conduct. Up, up, down, right, left, right. I did it. First try. That was great. No notes for myself. So glad I got that and did not need to look back at anything or anything. Does it go something like this? Strange. Why does it feel like I already know this song? Because you're a sage, Beth. You're a sage. His shocked face. Look at him conducting. Aww. What a good little conductor. The applause! The bowing! No, that's so cute! Megstar, this sacred song that you've conducted has awakened me. I know myself now. I am the Sage of the Wind Temple. I knew that already. It is my fate to return the power to repel evil to your master sword. I know. And to ease the regrets of my ancestors. Oh, Megstar, please, you must take me with you to the Wind Temple. I will. Unfortunately, I don't love doing these temples with buddies that I'm responsible for the whole time, but I will. I sure will. Ballad. Nope. Nope. That was not it. I don't remember already. What? Doing one other song and I forget. What? What? Dr. Pepper Psychologist and Blue Light, you guys are way too sweet. Thank you. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Just thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. Listen. No, I just wanted to go down, right, left, up. Nope. Down, right, left, up. We're gonna teleport! 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 What if I don't have Cash App, Dr. Pepper Psychologist? Then what? What did you put in there? What if I don't have one? Yeah, what if I don't? You mailed me my life. You mailed me your life savings. You mailed it to my Cash App. What if I don't have Cash App? Two, what if that's not how Cash App works? I didn't know you could mail things to a Cash App. But okay, if you say so, I'll check my Cash App mailbox that you mailed your life savings to. You really shouldn't have, Dr. Pepper Psychologist. Okay, now I need to go north of here. I don't think there's anything else I really need to do right here. So let me double check. Yeah. Nope. Going north. There should be some new car keys there. What? What kind of car are we talking? I will check my Cash App mailbox for the post mail that was mailed there. ASAP. You telling me there's car keys and your life savings in there? If I told somebody I gave them my life savings, they would be sorely disappointed to learn that that would be nothing. I say I gave you my life savings. Ha! Ha! That's $0. My fave car. Don't think a Camaro's my fave car. Blue Light, is a Camaro your fave car? I don't really know anything about cars to have a fave car. I've seen stuff about a new Corolla. And hear me out. The stuff about a new Corolla that's coming out, go look up that new Corolla. Because it actually looks really nice. I like that. Something practical, something that's been around for long enough that a lot of people know and love it. It works well. It's still going strong as a car model or make because it is so good. But they made it look nice. Hi, A, welcome in. Thank you so much. I don't really want life savings. I don't want anybody to send me their life savings, but I love that you're sending your good energy. Thank you so much. Okay, I gotta focus. It's Cinderella. I have a timer to sleep at 9 instead of whatever time she has. Oh, like Cinderella, I have a timer to sleep at 9. Midnight. She has to be back by midnight. Malker, it was so nice to meet you. If you stick around for one more minute, you'll see me enter the Wind Temple, but I totally understand. I'm getting off of here as soon as I get to the Wind Temple, which is literally the next thing that I'm doing. But unless you left already, that's totally understandable. I'm so happy to have you here, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I'm here Saturday as well. Should be around 3 p.m. It always is on Saturdays, but with the holidays, I might not get back in time by 3. We will see. I'm traveling to go see my family, so we shall see. And I'll keep everybody updated on that as well. But here we are. I am at the Wind Temple, finally. I thought the stream was going to be a lot more of me here. I'm okay with it. Not Eastern time. Yes, Eastern time. 3 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, I try to get in the habit of saying Eastern, and then I forget a lot of the time. But yes. You were 8 when Wind Waker came out? Yes. I was 8 when Wind Waker came out on the GameCube. Megstar, as was the case with Medley, I have no doubt that Makar 2 has some special role to play in these events. Discovering that role is your duty. I am certain that by cooperating, the two of you can overcome the dangers and pitfalls of this temple. Twist the Fox, if you're doing the math, then... yeah. Okay. I'm not that young. I'm not that old either, though. Thank you, Bobby, for the friendship necklace. Thank you for the ice cream cone. Thank you. It's corn? Finger heart? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of the gifts, Bobby. I don't expect that at all, but I really appreciate it. You guys spending your time here with me, chatting with me, following me if you want to see me again, and keep playing this game with me, or helping me play this game. All of those things are so kind and helpful. If you can give, great, but I don't ask that of anybody. Just whatever you can give if you want to support me. Your time is very helpful. Mid-20s, 27, and Twist the Fox is 5 years younger. We're pretty close in age then. I'm like I said, I'm not that young and I'm not that old. So I'm at a nice medium age, I guess. On God. I love the translations, Nova Arc, and YouTube. I don't know what I did to deserve that. The wonderful chats with translations, but I'm very thankful for it. On God. This is where I'm stopping. Like I said, I wanted to get to the Wind Temple with my Korok buddy, and that is what I did. Schmedium cute. Thanks, Twist the Fox. I appreciate it. I made it to the Wind Temple, and I am going to get off of here now. I have had so much fun with you all, and I love seeing you guys come back time and time again. That's what I want from all of this, is just to build a community of people who like the same things as me and want to hang out with me and play games with me. I don't know if that's Gen Z lingo, Nova Arc and YouTube. I think that might be millennial. It might be Zoomer or whatever, like the millennial Gen Z combination is. It might be, because all of those terms are very familiar to me, a millennial. So I don't know if that's strictly Gen Z lingo you're using. But maybe some Gen Zers in the chat can let us know. True that. I had so much fun. I love you all so much. True that, for real. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'll be back here Saturday. I'll keep everybody posted. If it's not 3 p.m. Eastern time, then I will let you know with my TikTok stories. I'm on the purple app. I'm going to say what that app is. It's called Twitch. I don't typically say that word out loud because TikTok will shadow ban me for it, but since I'm already going to get off of here, I am on Twitch. I'm simultaneously streaming on both platforms. My name is Megstar with 3 R's, no underscore. You can at least follow me to get updates about when I'm going to be streaming, and it will send notifications, push notifications to your phone. If you prefer to watch on TikTok, of course you can do that, but that way you're getting a reliable way of checking in, knowing when I'll be live. And you can go and watch my VODs as well. So if you miss anything, you want to go check and see what I've done before, you're welcome to do that there too. Check my links in my bio. I have multiple socials, so you can follow me on everything too. I love all of you. Love the time we spent together. Thank you guys so much. Bobby, I'm sorry for leaving you. I've been here for 3 hours and 2 minutes. So I'm going to go eat dinner now, and I'll be back Saturday. I hope you are too. Either way, it's been a true joy to spend time with you all, and I will see you again too. Malker, I had so much fun chatting with you. Blue Light, always have fun talking to you. Twist the Fox, always have a great time talking with you. Appreciate your help. And everybody else who's here, who's been chatting, supporting me, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.